Thank you.
Sick.
Deer and the ones that's talking to the crystal find out it's a Yanti spirit from the 10th or 11th cycle, humanoid snake-ish type person. The runes are used to channel energy for ley lines, and the Yanti create the elves. And we meet Thor, our shifter barbarian, spying on us. We learn and Keller figures out someone who might have it. In the fight, go into a fight, and then Clyde's mecha thing gets stolen. Try and track that. And the Knoll base camp. Go back to Candle. And yeah. Oh, and Claus found out that one of the Knolls had an axe from her tribe, so maybe her tribe's in trouble, but she's not told anyone yet.
Okay. Thank you for that. Now, I was getting a little bit of audio issues from Quentin. Was anyone else hearing that, or was it just me?
I was as well.
Okay. Well, hopefully it's maybe it's just an internet thing or something. But all right. So now, were we at Candle or were we at Last Light? I thought we were at Last Light.
Last Light.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure. All right, so we'll pick it up at Last Light. The current date and time is 9 a.m., 32nd of winter. And yeah, I believe you had just finished a long rest. So the group is feeling a lot better. So it's the morning after. I'll look for a good opportunity to introduce you, Fisher. But as for the rest of you, what do you want to do right now? So I know there was some issues at the dungeon you left. There was a possibility of the Knolls attacking the village of one of your people. And of course, you had been speaking of maybe attacking the Knolls anyway. So yeah, what's the plan?
We found their base, didn't we?
Yes, you were given coordinates to where they think the base is. The community of Candle had some people seek it out, so you do know where it is.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So I realized after last session that I had this, the researcher. I was wondering if you could tell, or if I would know where to find more information about, or like the history of ley lines and what people have used them for in the past, and where I'll be able to learn that information.
Yeah, so you know that your allies, Dusk's Melody, have a pretty extensive library on Arcana and history. So you're pretty sure you could learn a bunch of that information using their resources.
Got it.
That's the only library you know of around here. There might be a private one that one of the nobles has access to, but you wouldn't know off the top of your head. You probably have to ask around at least a little.
You got it.
Yeah. And of course, there are far away libraries you know of, but yeah, those are the only sources you know of nearby.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, what do you all want to do? Go ahead.
If we're back at Bag, there was no other plan. I'll continue my day's downtime activity.
What were you working on?
Deep speech learning.
No, you... Go ahead.
We started that in Candle, not last time.
Yeah, I was going to say, I believe you would have to be at Candle to speak with your teacher. These farmers probably don't have anyone who knows deep speech.
Fair enough.
What about Claw? What is she up to?
I mean, she'd kind of just be on edge because, like, thinking about like the axe that the Knolls had from Earthland.
All right, so kind of waiting to see what the rest of them do.
Yeah.
All right. So if no one has anything they want to do right now, I could pass some time and see if something happens.
Could we go home to Candle first?
Yeah, I mean, the trip to Candle is about an 8-hour journey from here, so you could use the cave roads to go back there,
Okay.
if that's what the group wants to do. Or I guess you could go yourself, but then you'd be kind of separated from them.
I wouldn't want to leave. I wouldn't want to do the trip without them unless it was safe.
Yeah, those...
Going back to
Where is the library for Dust Melody? It's in.
their collection is in Candle right now.
Yeah, it's with them. So.
The only thing they have here are those bookshelves that you were selling to them.
Got it.
which they don't have. Speaking of, going back to Candle is always very useful for me. But if our party member wants to inform us that their tribe's in danger and go down that avenue, then we can obviously go down that avenue. But if not, like, I assume there's some forms of merchant caravans that run between here and Candle.
Yeah, they do have some. I don't know if there are caravans, but the farmers do every now and then travel with the guards to bring their goods for trading. Did Claw? Did you tell them about your worries about your tribe? I don't remember that.
No, she hasn't mentioned it yet.
Okay, so she's kind of kept that to herself for now.
Yeah, so
Like, mentioned that they've been attacking her tribe, but not that like one of the Knolls had a weapon specifically from the tribe.
Yeah.
Well, I know Ildir would want to go to the library as soon as possible. It's up to everyone else whether they want to go as well.
I'll head. Yeah.
yeah, at this point I'd probably be trying to contract some fucking local farmers or whatever to help us move the shit we've got at Last Light over to Candle.
No, wait, didn't you sell those bookcases, or did you not agree on that?
No, they kept giving us shitty prices.
Oh, okay. So yeah, do you want to try to make a deal to move your bookcases and then just kind of head over to Candle?
Well, carts and spiders have been killed and abandoned, so we need some way to move it.
I mean, the cart's with the Knoll tribe.
No, they abandoned the cart on the road, but we don't have anything to use to move the carts.
Yeah, you got the carts back, but you don't have any spiders. They
Move.
go ahead.
We couldn't move the carts. We left them there, didn't we?
I thought you to drag them back, like someone had pulled them, because they didn't have any stuff in them, so it wasn't that hard to move them. Do we not have any
Then
strong
somebody
people?
would've. If somebody could have.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't have been. Or wait, no, maybe. That's right, because you kept going into enemy territory. Well, we can say that one of your stronger people on the way back
It
pulled.
went further in, and I think on the way back, Claw and Oliver grabbed them to pull them back the carts.
Yeah, that's right, because Claw and Oliver are actually kind of strong, so we can say they pulled them back.
Okay, so we've still got our 2 carts.
Yeah, so we can say the carts are in Last Light.
Okay.
They wouldn't have trained spiders here, but you could probably pick up like pack mules or something, which would be useful for carved out areas of the cave where there is actually even ground.
Honestly, I don't want mules or spiders, so just paying someone to move the bookcases would be preferable.
Yeah, you could probably have one of the farmers do it. All right, so is that the plan? You're gonna head to Candle and bring these bookshelves, pure wood bookshelves.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, so we'll say, let's see, how many bookshelves were there?
16 in Last Light.
All right, so You could probably get a couple of the farmers to help you with that. We'll say maybe they would charge you 20 gold pieces to move them all.
Cool.
All right, so you agree to that, and the group is going to journey back to Candle. All right, so that should take a good portion of the day. The journey. You just roll to see if anything happens. The path has been a lot more guarded since that initial attack, and you do manage to make it back to Candle without any issue. So it is now... Let's see, that was an 8-hour journey. It is now 5 in the afternoon when you arrive. The large gate is opened, allowing you entrance, and several of the guards would recognize you and greet you. Welcome back, heroes. It's good to see you're alive and well.
Thank you. How have things been here?
This is quiet. Yuri has been planning to send some more people back to Candle, or back to the Last Light. I believe they're planning a possible assault on the Knoll prisons, or the Knoll war camp, I should say. You might want to check in with her. Maybe it's something you all could help with. I'm sure she'd be willing to pay you.
So, the right price I think we can... Yeah. The right price I think it can be done. It's a shame there's no peaceful solution to this.
I don't think so. The Knolls have been aggressive every time we've met with them. As you know, they've attacked Last Light several times now. But maybe, she says, it's possible. It's just not something that Knoll barbarian tribes have been known for. And these cultists seem more vicious than most.
I think it go to shit. Otherwise it should be that way.
Alright, so you have re-entered Candle. What does the group want to do here?
Too late in the day to get a day of downtime activity, so...
Yeah, at this point, it would go pretty late into the night if you were to do that.
I would like to talk with Dust Melody and see if the people here, I know the people in Last Night didn't know anything about the people at the site, but I'd like to talk to the people here and go and study in their
Alright.
library for as long as I can.
So the guards tell you it's just going to be a little bit as they're taking some names from your group and just kind of taking stock of everything you're bringing in. So do you mind waiting at the gate for a bit?
Yeah.
Alright. So...
Wait, actually, could I just minor illusion myself and sneak away?
How would you sneak away with minor illusion?
How would I sneak away with minor illusion? That's a great question.
Because that just makes an object, like an inanimate object.
Yeah.
You'd need something like... If you're talking about looking different, you'd need something like change self. Or alter self, whatever it's called.
I meant more like creating an illusion of myself standing there and then trying to sneak away.
You could use stealth to try to, like, sneak into town, you mean?
Yeah, just sneak into town because I don't need to be there. None of the stuff is mine.
Yeah, you could try stealth as long as they didn't notice you. Like use an illusion and then try to sneak past while they're distracted.
Oh, not great.
All right, so you have your little illusion as you try to sneak past, but the guard would notice you and say, "Sorry, friend, but could you just wait a little bit till we get all this in order?"
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, fine.
Are we going through customs?
Sorry, what?
Are we effectively going through customs to get back into the town?
Kind of. It seems like they've upped security since the attacks have happened. So they're just taking note of all the stuff you're bringing in.
Getting some be an arrogant arse and just walk straight past them.
So yeah, the guards would, ask you like, wait, sir, we have to finish this.
No, you fucking don't. It's me. Fuck off.
Give me a persuasion.
16.
So they kind of look at each other, and he's like, well, I mean, he is the heroes of, like, well, I guess, but what about your carts? Don't you need these?
They're coming with me.
This is, and actually, as this is taking place, a figure is going to approach from the south, because the group is at the north gate right now. What would you look like to them, Fisher?
You'll see a sort of 6 foot humanoid wearing heavy armor. He is dark skinned. Notice that it's almost as if he has a hunchback, but his right shoulder is entirely made of rock. And he has a rocky mohawk and moustache. And he is carrying a pickaxe at his side and being followed by a small black imp.
Now, does anyone have nature knowledge? Curiosity.
I think I do.
You have proficiency?
Let me check.
And
Yeah.
Fisher, do you have any noticeable like symbols or anything that anyone in the group might recognize?
Nothing that's like broadly recognizable. You might be able to discern what I'm carrying. Yeah.
All right, so you would definitely recognize him as an Earth Genasi signet. Quite a rare person, a rare species to encounter in these parts. There aren't too many Genasi in the candle communities, at least not that you've seen or known around. So he approaches, and what would you say to the group?
I guess that my appearance is picking up a couple of stairs, so I think this would be like, what? You'd never seen a Earth Genasi before?
No, Daniel, no.
Yeah, it seems
Yeah,
funny.
well.
Yeah.
The guards,
Nothing special.
Fascinating.
yeah, the guards would probably recognize you as you came in a little earlier today. So I'll say you were probably also in customs doing your thing. But they say, hello again, friend. We were just talking to the heroes here, but we're a bit busy. Is there an issue, Fisher?
Well, sort of, yeah. But I mean, I don't want to waste any of your time if you guys are busy. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Heroes, did you say?
Yes, these are the famous heroes of Candle, the ones who helped us with the what was the name of those bug things? Ankegs. The Ankeg attacks, as well as several of, or helped foil several of the Knoll attacks on our towns and in Last Light. They're quite famous around here.
Gnolls. You've had run-ins with gnolls, have you?
So I guess at this point, we should probably do descriptions of the group. So there's a small gnome who's arguing with the guards. What would you look like to him, Clyde?
Clyde's just like a short gnome, like centuries old. He's wearing like a really pointy wizard's hat and a robe with stars on it, which is a vast contrast to the armament he's currently holding, which is like a fucking crossbow with a gas tank attached to his back, a little pilot light on the front.
A bit of a
Real short.
yeah, a bit of a mismatch of features. Do you have Arcana, Fisher? Like proficiency in it?
I don't have proficiency on Arcana, no.
Okay. So yeah, his vestments and his armaments would look very strange to you. You probably have never seen anything like these. What about Yildir? What would Yildir look like?
Yeah, Ildir is a blue 6'6" scholar, wearing a cloak, a big satchel full of scrolls, completely uninterested in anything other than the Earth Genasi right now, fascinated by anything out of the ordinary. He's staring into your soul right now.
Just staring right at you. Maybe a little bit unsettling. What about Signet?
Signet is buried in his notes from the library. He's a Chilkai elf with long robes, silver hair, youngish appearance, and a satchel.
All right. And what about Claw?
She is roughly 6 feet tall. Her arms are covered in kind of like fur. She has very like animalistic facial features. And she's just overall just a large build.
All right. And Keller.
Yeah, so Kala is a half-elf with several features that resemble more human than a full-blooded elf. He's looks young, he's lean, he's fit, he's attractive. Kala carries himself with quite a regal pose. His hair's like a light ashy blonde, which he has swept to the side as a quiff. He's got tanned complexion, almost silvery blue eyes, and on his right cheek there's a small X-shaped scar.
All right. And do you have any knowledge, nature proficiency, Fisher?
Fisher is not a smart genasi. Anything involving intelligence is not his strong point.
All right. So this does look like a very diverse group. You probably not seen this diverse group within Candle for the short period you've been here. As
Quite
you,
a motley crew.
yeah. So do you want to do anything as this is all happening?
I think well, Fisher is looking for something, and I think he would say the guards said that you've had run-ins with gnolls. Did I hear that correctly?
Yes.
Well, you see, I'm aware of some gnoll tracks where I was staying, and I am missing something very valuable to me, and I want it back. So if you guys have got any sort of experience with gnolls and tracking them, or whatever, I could probably use your help, and I'd be indebted to you.
Well, we found their camp.
Their camp, you know where their camp is. Very
We do.
interesting.
And in Last Light, they are forming a squadron, or I don't know how many people, to besiege said camp.
Oh, lovely jubbly. Well, sign me up. Yeah. Well, where do I put my name down? Let's join the fight. And he looks at his little imp. He's like, little boy, we're getting ourselves some action, mate.
The imp would jump up and down excitedly and say something in Infernal, I assume. What's your imp's name?
Doughboy.
Doughboy? Alright. So I don't know if it's for anyone else, but you're coming in a little bit garbled. Jake, I mean. Does anyone else kind of hear that, or is that just me?
I hear it too a little bit.
Okay, it might just be microphone quality. I'm just having trouble understanding some of what you're saying. But all right, so yeah, Doughboy would nod excitedly as you say that, looking for a chance to do some mischief. The guards would look back down at Clyde, who's probably already halfway across the square at this point. I assume just walked away. And he would sigh and say, all right, well, I really should get this done before I admit the rest of you.
Does he not let my carts and everything that I'm bringing in for?
The carts would probably still be there because the farmers would not try to rush past the gate.
Okay. Then the whole customs is going to take 4 times longer than it needs to, as Clyde is continually arguing with them that it's taking too long.
All right.
Slow down the process massively.
So as you... Yeah. As you are arguing, a figure would approach the guards and say, Reginald would like them admitted early. And he would look over at Keller and say, Keller, your dad wants to talk to you.
Of
And
course he does.
He looks like he passes the guards a pouch of some kind, and they kind of look at each other and nod. And he says, let's go, Keller.
Who's your dad,
Okay.
Keller?
I don't know. That's the problem. Oh, you mean
What
the guy
the-
who just paid? That's my stepdad. Different.
How do you not know who your dad is? Everyone knows your dad.
Here,
Yes, I know it's Reginald.
Says it's Reginald, Oliver says, giving you a wink. Just paid for us to get through this crap. That comes in handy at times.
And sometimes it's a massive ball and chain around my neck.
All right. So, yeah, he would take Keller with him, as I assume the rest of you enter town. So, yeah, I mean, at this point, what do you all want to do? Except for Keller, who is going to speak with his dad.
I'm fucking off back to my shop.
Okay.
And taking all the stuff.
Getting all the bookcases situated in your shop. That's fine. The farmers would bring them there.
I'm
But
going to...
yeah.
Oh, on your go, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. What do you want to do?
I was gonna go and write my report to Dutch Melody about all the events and either request new orders or request leave of absence so I can go and join the Knoll Hunt.
Well, I think you were working with them as a contractor, right?
Yes.
So you're not actually beholden to their orders. They would
No, but-
appreciate the write-up, though. And, yeah, they would say,
Yeah.
we don't have any more work for you at the moment, so feel free to pursue whatever you need.
That's fine.
Then I would follow behind Signet and go to the library.
All right. So, yeah, because you were
It's all-
working with them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were. So we were looking for information on the you guys said they were the 3rd installment or the 13th?
13th cycle?
Yeah.
Well, this is the 13th cycle that you're in right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
What cycle was the UT from again?
Yanti was from the 10th or 11th cycle.
Yes.
So we'll get information on that.
He says, yeah, we have a pretty extensive collection on the Yanti and the different cycles if you want to check our history books. We just ask for the standard discount fare, which would be the fare for doing research.
No, you take a 10th, I'll take the 11th.
Oh, I don't want to research that at all. I would like to go directly and research about the ley lines themselves.
That's a good one.
The magic ley lines, yeah. So it's a little late in the day to start on, or to get progress for that. You could just say, like, role-playing wise, you're looking around the library and starting to make note of where different books are. Is that what you're going to do with the rest of your day?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
All right. So I guess, what about Claw?
She'd probably go around asking, like, the guards or just kind of anyone Like when the last time like a null attack was, or any information they have on him?
So yeah, if you talk to the guards a little, they would say, well, Candle's been pretty secure. Our large gates and the surrounding caves that have been knocked down, there's not too many entrances, so we haven't suffered any direct null attacks, at least not yet. We know the surrounding areas, Last Light and, what was it? Highguard, our two neighboring communities, have reported several attacks. Of course, you know Last Light suffered a pretty extensive one. He says, but Candle itself has been pretty secure. Oh, wait, no. There was that one attack that you guys foiled here, right?
Yeah, wasn't those.
That was something else. All right. So yeah, it hasn't been too bad here.
Have you noticed like any changes in their behavior or anything, or any patterns?
Give me a persuasion check. I'll give you advantage on this.
I'd say Oliver's probably still there with Claw anyway, so he would know some of the guards, so he'd be trying to like help.
Yeah, Oliver. Well, I'll get to what he's doing in a sec.
Oh,
So he would tell you a little bit about these cultists. They seem to be pretty fierce worshippers of a god who we don't know much about. But they seem more vicious and more driven than most of the gnolls we have to deal with. At least that's what the reports have said. You could talk to Yuri. She's the guard captain, and she is the one who kind of gets all these reports from the different surrounding areas. She might know more.
and where would I find her?
Oh, she is in town hall right now, I believe. He says, kind of motioning to the south east of here. He says it's pretty obvious. It's one of the larger buildings in the cave.
She would thank him and then just kind of head down towards the town hall.
All right. So Oliver would say, "Yeah, just keep an eye out. Don't start any fights. Not that I know you that well, but you seem like the type that would start fights."
Only if someone deserves it.
He nods and actually look to Fisher and say, "The group isn't completely well mannered. Sorry, they all just walked off on you, but you did hear right." Oh, and actually, you haven't met this guy before, so let me give you his picture. Large, brawny guy. So he says, "We are looking to go deal with these gnolls, most likely. Assuming the pay is decent. And we've dealt with them quite a bit, and what sort of... yeah, if you were going to join us, what sort of skills would you bring to the battle?" He says, "You don't look like much of a fighter." Or wait, do you actually? Yeah, actually, does I forget, does Fisher have armor on? Like, would you look like a fighter?
Yeah, he's a trained paladin.
Oh, okay, so you
He's
do.
got a war pick and wearing heavy armor, so
I was thinking of
Yeah,
the warlock. Okay. So, yeah, he says, what sort of skills do you bring to combat?
well, I've got my trusty war pick here. It does a bit of damage, and as I look around, is there like a stalactite or a stalagmite or something?
Yeah, there's quite a few different natural rock structures.
Cool. So Fish is going to be like, how about this? And he shoots the nearby stalactite with an eldritch blast.
Alright, so the blast would fire out. However, I don't think those can deal damage to objects. I think it's just creatures. So the energy would probably disperse. It would look really cool, though. And Oliver, not knowing much about magic, would just be like, "Oh, that's flashy." Says,
Oh, that's just the beginning. That's just the start, mate. I've got plenty more in the locker. If you give me a knoll, I'll pop its head off.
"Give me either a persuasion or performance check."
And how would I do that?
So on your sheet, you would just click on whatever skill you're using.
Cool.
Actually,
Just lost the-
might have to do some quick adjustments to your sheet.
be a quick persuasion check. I'll just go ahead and click persuasion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, 8. All right. So he just says, yeah, that's pretty flashy. All right. You could probably be a use. I haven't seen much in the way of armored folk using magic to attack people. Oh wait, I guess. Wait, does Clyde
You
have?
would have seen Amelia.
That's
And
true.
like-
Yeah, they're clerics. All right. He says, "All right. Well, you seem like you know what you're doing. We don't do funeral expenses or anything like that. So if you get yourself killed, it's on you. Just giving you fair warning."
Understood. That's fine.
Bullshit. We buried the one that died.
And he says, "Yeah,
Oh,
but
God.
I don't want to lug bodies around
He
again."
died.
Anyway, you're not there.
Alright.
You're not there, Clyde. Hush.
I can't say that, but it's untrue. Funerals are people.
Yeah. Maybe he's just saying that to not have to pay for the funeral if you do get killed. But anyway, he would say, "I think we're gonna go look into Yuri and what she has planned to do. Otherwise, I guess just meet me later at the Devil Sight Inn. It's near the marketplace to the south, if you haven't been there. Pretty good place. Good beer. Lots of gambling."
Okay, I'm pretty new here. I haven't checked out the Devil's Sight yet, but I will. I'll see you there a bit later.
He nods. And he says, "I'm going to go there now, actually." And he's going to head in that direction. So, yeah, what would Fisher want to do?
I think, yeah, Fisher's wants to get as quick a read on how to get to the Knolls. It seems like Law is in a similar boat. Would she have given me any information that hinted to the fact that she was looking for the Knolls, or is that something I definitely don't know yet?
I don't know. Would Claw have said anything to the group? Or I guess you probably would have heard her asking a bunch about them, and then you would have known that she went to Town Hall because the guard told her where it was, and then she probably would have left.
Yeah.
So you probably
Yeah.
know she went that way?
Yeah, Fisher would probably, if he lost her in the crowd and the hubbub in the conversation, he'd probably look to try and find which way she went, because that's his next lead on, someone who can help him track down these Knolls.
Alright.
She'd be pretty obvious to find, given how tall she is.
Yeah, I
Alright.
could probably just ask any boss about it.
So just for my own edification, let me place your tokens of where each of you are in town. Like I said, there's not enough time left in the day for actual downtime, but you all could be working on a few things. I think this was the, and actually I should mark that. This was where the Dusk's Melody were. Let me write that on the map real quick. But yeah, so if you followed or if you went towards the town hall, you would probably see Claw out front talking to some of the guards. As you walk up, the guard would say, "Yeah, we can get Yuri for you, but it'll just be a little bit because I believe she's speaking with the mayor right now."
Yeah, that's no problem. I don't mind waiting.
And they would see this Earth Genasi walk up and maybe be a little intimidated. Can we help you, sir?
Well, I was following my new friend here, and well, I'm on the trail of some gnolls, so I was wondering if you might be able to help me track down this gnoll camp.
Guard laughs. He says, "It seems like the gnolls are popular today." All right. Well, I'm guessing you'd want to talk to Yuri too. Do you know this individual? He looks to you, Claw. You'd probably. Well, actually, you're both kind of new to the Heroes of Candle, so he might not know either of you.
Yeah.
So never mind. He would say, "Yeah, let me see about getting Yuri. You might just need to wait a little bit."
Time is of the essence, but you know, if Yuri's got some business more important than us, then fair enough, I guess.
He says, "Well, give me a persuasion check."
Are we rolling with advantage?
I don't know if you two are, just because you're not as established as the heroes yet, because you're pretty new. So they probably don't know you all that well. 23. Now you do have inspiration, which you can spend to gain advantage on a roll, because you start with that. So just keep that in mind. If you wanna use that to get advantage, you can. But he would nod and he says, "Yeah, that does sound kind of urgent. All right, I'll let her know and see if we can get her out quicker."
And just to check, we're looking for Yuri. Is Yuri?
Yes. So a little.
Sorry,
Oh, no worries.
Question: the two numbers that pop up when I roll.
Oh, so yeah, the first one is the one you're gonna take unless you have advantage, in which case you take the higher number. If you have disadvantage, you take the lower number. But if you have neither, it's just the first number, so the one on the left.
Cool.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Thanks.
Oh, yeah, no worries. So, yeah, a couple minutes pass, and a fairly armored-looking woman would come out of the building, and she would nod to you two. She says, "I hear you are looking for information on the gnolls, and that you are mercenaries. Were you looking for a paycheck, or what's your business here?"
Fisher looks to Claw and says, I don't mean to jump the queue. You know, you were here first, so, you know, by all means, be my guest, state your business.
I wouldn't turn down a paycheck, but it's more just personal.
She says, "Oh wait, you're one of the shifters, aren't you? From that what's the name of your tribe? I recognize some of the symbols."
Shit, I never thought of a name for them.
You could just come up with something. We can roll with it. Doesn't have to be official. I mean, yeah, we could just use whatever name you want.
Yeah, I'll think of something later.
All right. So, oh yeah, you're from insert tribe here. Welcome. So, yeah, I imagine you and your people have to deal with the gnolls quite a bit as well. Is there a reason you're looking for? Are you looking to fight them as what? Are you willing to fight them or looking to fight them?
Anything to stop them fucking with my tribe?
As well, actually, your timing is fortuitous. We are planning an attack on them soon, and I hear that our allies, the heroes, are in town, so we're looking to approach them as well. But if you'd like, we can try to bring you on as an ally in this endeavor.
I believe I'm kind of already allied with the heroes. I ended up finding them in some, like, library or cave or something. We fought off some gnolls there, and then I just traveled back here with them.
She says, "Oh, so you know them. Interesting."
No is a fairly loose word, but yeah.
All good. Then it sounds like maybe you could get in touch with them for us. I was hoping to speak with them. Maybe you could talk to them and see if they'd be interested in helping us. And of course, you'd be welcome to come as well.
Yeah, I could. I'll mention it to them. Like, regardless of if they come or not, I'm willing to fight them.
She nods and says, "Well, it's good to know. Forgive me. I don't think I got your name. I'm Yuri Nightsbane."
In my tribe, my name's Gara Afilada, but most in common just refer to me as Claw.
She smiles and gives you a bow, which you would actually recognize as a shifter bow, so she might have some knowledge of your people. And she says, "It's good to meet you." And you, friend? Looking over to Fisher, are you with... Sorry, you just gave her... What was the name you gave her? Gara?
I gave her both.
She says...
Formally Gara, informally Claw.
She says, are you with Gara here?
I mean, not immediately, but I mean, it sounds like we have a mutual business. I have a bone, or several bones, to pick these gnolls. I was looking to start a fight myself, but if I can have an army join the crew, then let's go.
She says, "Well, I don't know about an army, but I do have at least a spirited group that hopefully, with the aid of some of you mercenaries, we will be able to drive out this Gnoll war camp. At least that's my hope. Although I think our chances are good if we are strategic in our attack."
Absolutely, sign me up. And it's not just me. There'll be two of us joining your ranks. And Del Boy crawls up Fisher's back onto his shoulder.
Oh God, what's that? She might be a little startled by the small devil creature, but she would nod. She says, "Are you a demonologist of some kind?" Looking kind of nervously at you now.
My business is my own, but my skills are controlled. My beast is very loyal to me. Don't worry, you haven't got anything to worry about him. He's got a nasty bite, but he's well trained, aren't you, Del Boy? Del Boy nips Fisher on the face.
She would nod, again not completely sure, but say, "Well, I suppose all the help, we could use all the help we could get. What was your name?"
My name is Fisher. Fisher Price.
She's...
Maybe you heard of me.
Yeah, I just got that.
She smiles and
and
says, "Well met then, Fisher Price.
You got any kids? Any kids, Yuri?"
She says, No, I've got a little bit too much responsibility for raising children. At least not at this point.
Fair
So,
enough.
where,
Kids, you know, they might have played with your toys before, but story for another time.
she says,
Story for another time.
you're a toy maker?
Former toy maker, yeah.
Huh.
You might have heard of the brand. Yeah.
She says, "I can't say I have, but it's interesting. Where will you be staying, Fisher, if we need to get in touch with you?"
Well, I have been camping nearby, but I think I have heard that there's an inn nearby, Devil's Sight.
She nods. She says, "Yeah, it's a fairly large inn. Actually, the only one we have right now. So yeah, if you'll be staying there, I could probably find you pretty easily."
Yep. I'll be getting a room tonight, so hopefully they'll have me.
And she would nod and say, "All right. Well, I'm guessing we're going to be moving on this within the next few days, so try to stay close. And I assume Claw, you as well, might be at the Devil's Sight."
Yeah, more than likely.
She would nod and say, "Okay, well, once we get things ready for the trip, I will make sure to get in touch with the two of you." if you know of any other mercenaries that would be skilled enough to help us, we would welcome any assistance. And of course, if the heroes agree, that would make things even better, as their skills are fairly well known.
Perhaps we can come to some sort of agreement. I mean, if they're heroes seeking adventure, surely they'll want to crack a few skulls, won't they?
She nods. All right, so Keller, I didn't have anything in particular planned for your dad to say. He mostly would ask you about what you've been doing and just kind of check in on you. Do you want to do some RP with him, or do you want to just skip past that?
No, you can skip past seeing him. It'll just be the typical, like, yeah, I tell him the bare minimum. But I want to go and see what are their names. I can never remember their blasted names. Ellen and what's
James? Yeah, sure. So he, you would notice. Actually, what's your insight?
Passive. It is, I think, 14. Yeah,
So-
14.
So you might notice your dad is being a little bit more, what's the word? I want to say respectful, but he seems like he's not as concerned about you as he used to be. Like, he's not trying to keep you from going out or having people follow you as much. He's sort of letting you do your thing, almost like he's getting a little bit more respect for you.
Okay.
But yeah. So you go looking for Ellen, who you'd find she's actually cleaning one of the rooms. Or what was she working? What was she doing for your father?
No, she's working for. Her and James are my personal servants.
Okay, so yeah, she'd probably be getting your room ready, like drawing a bath and maybe like making sure it's all clean as you enter, because she knows you're here. She would smile seeing you. She says, Keller, I'm glad I saw you. Or it's good to see you.
Yeah. Hi. Right. I have to. I need.
James
to
is not there right now, by the way.
Okay. I need to ask you something, but I don't know if anyone's listening in, so I'm going to do something that's going to seem really strange and probably freak you out a little bit. But don't stress. Okay?
She would look a little concerned and say, all right.
I'm going to expand my free slot for the soul knife to do the psychic whispers so that I'm telepathically connected to her. I have to roll a die, which I never remember which die it is. Give me a second to remind myself. Yeah,
It's just Psionic die, which is, I think,
D8.
D6 at this point.
D8.
Level 5, yeah, I think it's D8. 4?
Yeah, so it's 4 hours it'll last for this.
Okay, I'll go ahead and link the ability.
It's that long ass paragraph.
You can link it, it's fine. Just so I
Yeah.
have a look at it. Really wish they...
Psychic Whispers. There you are. Psychic Whispers. You can establish telepathic communication between yourself and another person for a quiet infiltration as an action.
Okay.
Choose one or more creatures. Cool.
Yeah.
That long.
So, I guess, what would this look like since some of the people here haven't seen it before?
Well, when he does it, he like manifests like a psychic blade, which is kind of like if you've ever seen X-Men Apocalypse and Blink with the with her crystals, it's kind of like that. He manifests it, and then the blade itself just like starts to turn into mist and fade away. And as he does that, the connection, then both their eyes just flash pinkish purple just for an instant, and then they're connected.
All right. So Ellen seems strangely not bothered by this process. She doesn't even really react when you do it.
Oh, cool, great. Like, so this doesn't bother you then?
As you speak in her head, she says, "No, in fact, this isn't the first time I've talked telepathically." And she smiles at you.
Oh. You'll have to tell me more about that at a different time. I have to... Right. What do you know about Yanti?
She says, what is that? Is that some sort of magic?
Okay, you have no idea. That's semi-useful and semi-not. As I'm doing this, I'm kind of like going around acting like I'd normally act whilst having this conversation, so it's not weird.
Just kind of walking around your room.
Yeah, like getting myself ready to go to have the bath and all that stuff, and I'm trying to get, and I've told her like act normal. But like, okay, fine. So you don't know about, it's all right. Ran into a crystal. I'm gonna explain to her about what we ran into, and explain to her about the whole site thing, and just go. So I think you have the site, which is what they refer to. They didn't know of any non-Yanti having it.
So
Right,
you tell her the story of what happened in your encounter with the Guardian.
I'm kind of gonna. I don't entirely know, so I don't know how important it is she knows. So I'm kind of just like bullet point that.
Okay.
So nothing important gets told to her, and then kind of just mentioned about the hologram that appeared, and then what they explained about the site.
She would seem surprised and say, that does sound like what I can do. Never heard of these Yanti. What did you say, like snake people?
Yeah, apparently the more pure you are, the more serpent-like you are, and the less pure you are, the more humanoid you are, which is mildly offensive.
She shrugs. She says, well, I don't know of having any connection to them. But yes, this does sound like what I can do, reading the ley lines. I imagine that these Yanti are much better at it than I am, though. I didn't really have anyone to teach me what any of this energy means, so I've just sort of learned it from my own experience.
Oh, that's fine. I just. What about the other one who could do it? She ain't know anything else anymore.
Give me a persuasion.
Okay.
She seems hesitant to speak too much about her friend.
I'm
This
gonna pop
is-
a psionic eye into this.
Okay. 17. So she seems a little bit nervous. I mean, you could tell with your passive insight that she feels weird about revealing her friend's abilities. But she would say, who was her friend? What was her name?
It's Miri. If she's Ellen, the other one is Miri.
Mary? All right, so she says, yes, Mary does possess the same gift I do. We actually taught each other a lot, working together to read some of the ley lines back in the orphanage we came from, and a little bit from the, what are they, the Foxhearts. But I don't like to talk about it too much. I still don't feel safe.
You're having a telepathic communication that nobody else can listen to. We're pretty safe.
Maybe. My apologies. It's just something I've hid my whole life. It just feels strange talking about it.
How common was it for people who had your ability in the Empire?
Well, she says, I think it was only Miri and myself. I didn't really know of anyone else. And
Okay.
you don't think she's being honest with your passive insight.
Okay. So, lying. Put exclamation marks on that.
She says, I didn't know of... yeah, it wasn't something that people spoke of. I think that's why the Foxhearts were so interested in taking possession of us. But I don't know what they needed the site for. I mean, we didn't really, at least from my knowledge, we didn't discover anything that important. We were just telling them where we saw the ley lines and some of the colors, and yeah, she shrugs.
So how did the Foxhearts learn you had this ability?
Since I was young, I told people I did. I didn't realize it meant anything. In fact, I was kind of surprised I was the only one, well, myself and Mary, could see these things. And then they adopted us.
And they started using you for your gift straight away.
Yes.
I don't want to use you, so I'm going to be honest. I want to see what you can see. There's a couple of places I can think to take you to see what you can see. And you can tell me, and then maybe tell the group, I don't know.
She
Would you be
says,
okay with that?
I suppose. I would be a little bit worried to be that far away from the town, but this crystal does sound a little interesting. I'd be curious to see what the ley lines look like moving through it.
It's not entirely going to be like right now. I just wanted to let you know so that when I ask, it's not so weird. Tell James that we might be going away. He can come if he wants. It's up to you if you tell him about the auntie and all that stuff. Just make sure you're careful about whoever hears, because I really don't want my father to overhear, because I'm worried what he would do.
Of course. She says, I won't tell anyone.
Okay.
And I will continue to work here. I do want to thank you again for giving James and I someplace safe to stay.
Don't worry, it's nice having people in my room who I know aren't reporting back to my father.
Yeah, and she would make sure she's turned around while you're taking your bath.
Yeah, thank God. I would have waited for her to turn around anyway, just like, yeah, no. This isn't a peep show.
Alright.
Okay. That's it.
Alright, so yeah, maybe you two talk a bit more, but nothing nothing too serious. Clyde, are you doing anything of note? Just working on your stuff?
No, I'm going to access whatever information's in the square red crystal that we got.
Which crystal?
The red square one.
Where'd you find that?
We found it in the wall, like behind a plate or something.
Where was that? Sorry, give me a moment to check my notes.
I think it was 3 sessions ago.
Oh, 3 sessions ago. Alright, let me go back a bit. Square crystal, what was that? I know what you're talking about. I kind of remember that crystal. I'm just, did I put it in my notes here?
Crystal of Wishes.
Just Cash's wish once a day.
Yeah, you said it was one of the information storing crystals, like the books that like the crystals we gave to Signet people.
Was that in the burial room you found that? Where the mummies were in one of the pillars or something?
Nah. It was in the pillars that had like a stone defender.
Oh, right. Okay, got it. So yes, in that, yeah, that's the thing. All right, give me Arcana.
Yeah, fuck it. Inspiration.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Serious Arcana. There you go. So this crystal appears to be linked to a bunch of the constructs. You think it's to control them. The ones that were turned off. It looks like you can use this to activate them and kind of give them commands, but you think you're too far away to use it right now. So,
cool.
Yeah, you believe.
Go back to the library.
Which library?
The library with the constructs that I can now have the control system for.
It's like a day's journey from here.
I know.
You just gonna go alone?
Yeah, if I happen to see people, I'll let them know what I'm doing.
Alright. So, I mean, I don't think you'd encounter anyone on the way to the gate. You could probably get to Last Light, although, yeah, traveling alone is risky, but I can say you're working on that. The only thing is you might not be in touch with the group for the rest of the game if you want to do that.
That's fine.
Alright, so you're just gonna journey? Alright, so do you want to at least wait until morning? Because it's getting kind of late. like rest in town for the evening and then go tomorrow?
No, Clyde's got the option to take control of a bunch of constructs.
He's just like, I want my constructs. All right, so Clyde is very excited and starts journeying towards Last Light. I think that's everyone. Like I said, there's probably not enough time for actual downtime stuff today, but I was going to pass the day unless someone else wants to do something today. All right, so yeah, the evening is uneventful. You can go ahead and all get a long rest if anyone needed to get resources back. It is now the 33rd of winter at 8 a.m. Now, did Clyde, when he left, would he have told the guards where he was going if they asked?
I would have told Omdol where I'm going.
Oh,
and
okay. Got it.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
have stopped to tell the guards.
All right, so you would just like blown them off if they're like, where are you headed?
Yeah, and I'm going to tell Omdol to sell our bookshelves.
Amdal says, yeah, I'll look for some buyers.
60 gold pieces each.
He says,
Perfect
I don't.
penny left.
He says, I don't know if there's anyone in town with that kind of gold, but I'll see. It's not like we're a city, you know.
These are real wood. Real wood is apparently rare and valuable.
He says, oh, maybe Keller's dad wants some bookcases.
Oh, he loves bookcases. He'll buy some bookcases. Go sell him some bookcases.
All right. So yeah, it is the next morning. You're all sort of getting up. And let's see. For those who don't know, I guess the newer people, when you spend a day in town, I usually just do the expenses rules. So you don't have to worry about food or anything like that. So you have to choose kind of a lifestyle you're living at. Here, I'll see if I have those rules. I think they're right here. So the town will offer up to wealthy. You can't get aristocratic here because it's not a main like city. But if you want, you can live up to wealthy, and you'd pay 4 gold a day. There are advantages and things you get for living in a certain lifestyle, but usually people just go with modest for a gold piece. If you're going to be using things like libraries, you have to be at least comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah. But otherwise, yeah, you could just get away with modest. If you want to go poor or squalid, there could be disadvantages. So let me know if you're doing that. But go ahead and spend your expenses for the day, for yesterday. And just keep track of how you're living, because I might ask.
Like a room at the Devil's Side is modest, is that right?
Yeah, that would be modest. Or you just say you're staying at the inn. Or you could say you're staying like at someone's house in town. Pretty much like living like a slightly above like townsfolk level, like a mercenary who makes some gold.
Okay. At this point, Fisher is entirely new to Candle and the world of Gaia. That's we'll go modest.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, so the next day, several of you are staying at the Devil's Site. I think at least 2 of you are. So Fisher and Claw. Signet and Yildir, you might be staying there as well, right?
I think so.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So, Keller's probably at his family house. So what, I guess the 4 of you at the inn, we'll say you're eating for the morning. What do you want to do?
Ildir will be asking all sorts of questions to Fisher about what he is. I'm sure he's heard of them before, but like, how did he get born? And a lot of really intrusive questions.
So kind of studying him?
Yeah, studying him. Not interested in his personality, just how he exists.
Yeah, I think Fisher's kind of answering in a way that allows him to potentially continue to keep Ildir on his side because he needs him right now, but he's also getting slightly irritated. And I think from the conversation, you might start to ascertain that Fisher doesn't really know very much about his original origins, and he'd probably say something along the lines of like he doesn't know his parents. Probably
So-
that much out.
Would you would you tell him kind of about your past at all, or are you being kind of I guess are you being like not are you not revealing that?
I think Fisher will probably quite proudly continue to talk about his business, or his former business, and his craft.
Okay.
But he doesn't want to open up too much about anything before that. At this point, he wants Yildir and his group to help him out, but he doesn't necessarily want to share his life story just yet.
All right. So I guess Yildir, do you have a decent insight? Like, what's your passive insight?
No, my passive perception is square in the middle, 10.
Or your passive insight, I mean.
Insight? Insight, is that 10 plus my modifier?
Yeah, it's the same thing as any passive score.
It's 13.
All right, so you might get the feeling that he's getting a little annoyed by your questions. As he started off more outgoing, but now maybe he's getting a little bit rude as you're poking and prodding him about things he might not want to talk about.
Ildir would definitely start backing off.
All right.
I think
Yeah.
Fisher would try and change the subject and probably just say something along the lines of, anyway, so you got any gems on you? Gemstones, precious stones, precious minerals, that sort of thing.
I do not think so. No, not at all. I usually give all the stuff that we find to the group treasurer and whoever.
Who is
Not in charge of that stuff.
who is carrying the group treasury? Is that Clyde who's carrying the bag?
It's currently stored at the headquarters of Greenshoe Industries.
Okay, so what's his name has it? Your friend. All right, fair enough. So what about Signet? You're also sitting at the table overhearing this discussion. There's probably a bunch of people coming in for breakfast. Probably travelers coming through the town. It seems like there is a caravan in town today from north or from Highguard. So there's more people than you're used to seeing in the mornings.
Well, I'm wondering if it's anything to do with the mission going on, which I might try to find out. I'm going to try to find out about that. See who's all going.
So you haven't heard anything from Yuri or anyone. Did you, Fisher and Claw, did you mention that to them by any chance?
Mention what? Sorry, I was just making a note.
The what Yuri had said to you about needing the heroes?
I think Fisher would have, yeah, because he's trying to recruit
Okay.
as many people as he can.
Okay, so yeah, you haven't heard from Yuri yet. She, if she had sent any messages, you haven't received them.
So I'll ask Clyde Clyde and Fisher what's going to become of the no mission if that's still going on.
Well, Clyde is not here.
I know I changed to Fisher. That's my mistake.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Fisher would relay that Yuri said that she would call upon the gang in a couple of days, right? Is that what she said?
She said, yeah, within a few days.
Yeah, so I think Fisher's just like, we got to sit tight for now, but yeah, fingers crossed Yuri will be on her way because time's of the essence.
I see. Oh, what's so we? Is there anything else to be done, or in the meantime?
I want to go back
Yeah.
to the not museum, but the library.
All right, so Yildir begs his leave of you and heads back to the Dusk Melody headquarters.
I might try one of the caravans here and buy.
I missed that. What'd you say?
I might head to the caravans here and anything to buy.
Did you say you want to see if there's anything to buy from the caravan?
Yeah.
So the caravan pretty much has most. Well, okay, so you're gonna go to the marketplace. What are you looking to buy exactly?
Do they have any unique shields
Most.
or any like brooches of protection or that?
So as far as unique goes, I mean, they're not going to sell magical items. Those are way too rare. If you want to find magical items, you'd have to use the downtime activity to try to find sellers, and it's unlikely you'll get exactly what you want, just because it's so random. What sort of magical items might randomly be for sale? As for unique shields, they would probably have like shields from different races that might look different, but nothing mechanically different. They'd still just be shields.
That's a shame. And no
We-
like brooches.
Sorry, what?
You know, the party can make +1 shields.
I'm just checking. I thought you were doing it for someone else.
You know, it's just time that's stopping us from having +1 shield to make.
Got ya.
Yeah, you know that they've made a +1 shield before anyway. So you think they do have the ability. It just takes time and lots of resources. All right. So, what about Claw and, I guess, Fisher?
Claw would kind of be like hyper fixating on the axe that she found. Like
Yeah.
you would see her like aggressively sharpening it and like unwrapping and rewrapping the handle, trying to make it perfect.
So kind of seeming a little bit preoccupied by something.
Very.
All right. So I'll say that some time passes, and Keller, I assume you're just kind of hanging out.
Oh. No, because after I've done that, I wake up after I have breakfast. I'll probably go and try and find Claw and the others.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you'd probably assume they're at the inn, so I'll say that
Yeah.
you would find them over there.
Right, so I've gone off to that. Okay. Hey, Claw, can I ask you something? Really? Wow, you're really fixated on that axe, aren't you?
She just kind of looks up like, what?
Yeah, that's kind of perfect because I wanted to ask why you took that off the knoll and said that it's not his to have.
She like flips it over, and on like the one of the sides of the axe, you can see like a little brand or like a marking on it, and she's like, "This belongs to my friend from my clan. I don't know why the fuck the knoll had it, but it's not fucking his."
Okay. Where did you last see your friend? Like, were they going out on a patrol, a hunt?
Like they went scouting because of the knoll attacks, and they just never came back. So that's
How-
that's partly why like I ended up going to where I met you guys.
How
Was like
long
hoping
ago?
to find something on them.
How long ago did they go scouting?
Like week and a half. Like scouting parties, that's not too uncommon, but normally they return faster than that.
You're right, late. Okay. Sorry about your friend.
Yeah.
And we have Fissure, right?
Morning. How you doing?
Wow, you're really big.
Yeah, it's it gets a bit heavy every now and again. You know, the shoulder. Good for getting through doors though. Particularly doors that are supposed to be locked. Yeah.
Your hair, it's rock, right?
Yeah, basalt to be
How do you
specific.
cut it? How do you change hairstyles?
It doesn't grow, but like any other rock, I suppose I'm eroding time.
You can't
I
take a
feel like
bath
I'm
because you'll.
eroding over time.
Can you take a bath? Because then technically you'll start wearing away, or
Do you know chinchillas? Well,
no?
they're little rodents. They bath in sand. I do the same. Give myself a little buff in the sand. I'm a bit like
Right.
a pig in shit if you get me in the sand, to be honest.
That's wow. That's an image and a half. Right,
Anyway,
where's
speaking of eroding, I a lot of time is passing, and I need my stuff back. You know, I don't know what to do.
right? The stuff that Knowles took. Yes, no, not forgotten about that. Not at all. Where are the others?
Well, everyone seems to have wandered off. Clyde, he went to the caravan. I was sort of half thinking of going along with him, maybe. Maybe they got a few gemstones for sale over there, but yeah. The rest of them, I don't really know. Claw's here, obviously. She's pretty into that axe. Quite terrifying, to be honest.
Yeah, never get between that girl and an axe. Right. I suggest we go and they're not going to want to get up their research being interrupted, though. That's going to be the problem. Right, let's go find
What's
Clyde
everybody
first.
researching? I heard heard ley lines a few times. What's that about?
Yeah. How good are you knowing about magic and stuff?
Shite. Absolute
Don't
shite,
worry
mate.
about it. Do not worry about it. It is fine. It's magical. Magical rivers, effectively, in a nutshell.
Magical rivers, right?
Yeah,
Magical
it's
rivers. I mean, I do know a bit of magic, but it just sort of happens, isn't it? It just sort of comes out of your hands sometimes when you want it to. Okay.
trust me. You're talking to me. I manifest psychic daggers that I have no idea why. So, weird. Cool.
So-
Let's go find Clyde.
Give me an untrained Arcana check, Fisher. The way he described that might make sense to you.
Might just hit in the Arcana.
All right, so yeah, you just like your eyes just glaze over as he's talking about this stuff. It's like I just blast things. I don't know. It sort of happens.
Wow, I mean, that is the perfect story role for Fisher.
Yeah, I'm just like what? And like yeah, never mind. All right, so you are on your way out when the innkeeper would say, "Hey, Fisher and Claw, right?
Yep.
I got a message from you, or for you, from Yuri, and he would hand the two of you some, like, wax-sealed scrolls. And he says, I think...
Swear to God, whatever it is she said I've done, it was not me. I was not here.
What did you do?
He says, Keller?
I genuinely don't know. Like, I get arrested a lot for being in this place.
Are you stealing stuff again?
I don't steal things. Technically, I borrow without intention to return.
He says, well, no, I don't think she was looking to arrest you this time. But,
Oh, thank God.
I could be wrong. I think, he says, it seemed like some kind of official business these two had with her. I don't know, I didn't read the scroll, or the, yeah, scroll, obviously.
Oh,
Sorry for the
fantastic!
interruption.
Very formal.
And he would pass the 2 scrolls to you two. He says,
I
yeah.
guess Fisher will hand it to. Fisher will hand the scroll to Delboy. That uses him as a little butter knife. And yeah, read the scroll.
takes his claw and cuts the seal. So if you read the scrolls, they would say that Yuri is assembling her forces and she plans to start the attack on the 35th of winter from last light. So she, it seems like she's going to be moving her forces at the end of the day today if you want to travel with her, but she wants everyone assembled there by the 35th. So just be there at that date, which is in 2 days from now.
Great.
Yeah, today's the morning of the 33rd.
Okay.
So you go ahead.
I think Fisher's just sort of mumbles to himself. Fuck, you know, what am I going to do with 2 days? Right, okay. So we're all going, right? We're all in.
Yeah, well, you need 8 hours to get there. So you probably want to either leave today or leave tomorrow, depending on when you want to arrive. But yeah, what are you doing for today? You said you were heading someplace?
I'm gonna go to Clyde's house to try and find Clyde. Obviously, I know he's not there, but I don't.
All right, so the 3 of you head over to Clyde's. And also in the marketplace, you would get one of these letters as well, Signet, just FYI. One of the guardsmen would deliver. Or wait, no, he delivered to the Devil's Site, so you probably don't have that yet. Never mind. If you head over to Clyde's, Amdal would be there. He greets you. He says, sorry, everyone, Clyde isn't here. I think he said he was going back to the library. I don't know what that means. Apparently you are all at a library.
What?
He shrugs.
Yeah, we were at a library. Really weird stuff. Sorry, he did what?
Yeah, I don't know. He just said he needed to go back there. So I
Did he
have
say why?
my business to do while he's gone, but yes, I believe he is heading back to the library.
That stupid, grumpy old, and I'm gonna start swearing in Elvish.
Amdal just looks at you confused. He says, is this library a bad place?
No, he's being an asshole.
Oh, well, I mean, he shrugs. And he just goes back to what he was doing. He did leave the group's, I think he called it, what would he call the group's treasury?
Stuff bag.
Yeah, he left the stuff bag here. I don't
It's
know.
not in a stuff bag anymore. It's just like a big pile of shit.
Yeah,
Oh, God,
so
yeah, because you didn't take that anymore. Yeah.
the group's
No, yeah, we
stuff
need to
is
get the
here.
stuff back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Honestly, it's probably safer in Clyde's house than anyone's.
he nods and he says, well, it's here if you need anything.
Oh, thank you. We better go and get the bookworms. We've got to go and find a grumpy gnome.
All right. So
Off we go to the library to go grab the 2 bookworms to interrupt their research. Sorry, lads.
yeah, I mean, I won't make you play that all out. I'll say a couple of hours pass. What skill would you use for finding them?
I'd use persuasion talking to the library attendants.
Okay.
Perception trying to see them, and then I don't know how performance to get their attention.
All right, sure. Give me a persuasion if you're asking around, and you can have them help you if anyone else wants to make this roll, like Fisher or Claw.
They can stay if they want. They don't need to come get me. They don't need to come get me. It's fine.
No, you think it's
Fisher's
just a
got
coward.
nothing there to do, so. What skill are we rolling?
Persuasion. You're talking to people to try to figure out where your allies are.
Ah, you picked the right guy for the job.
All right. So yeah, I'll say within a few hours you are able to locate who was it? The marketplace, Signet, who looks
Yeah.
like he's looking around the caravan marketplace for various goods that might be of use.
Hi, Signet. Yeah, we've got to go and find Clyde. He left to go to the library. For some reason, I don't know why. Huh.
Oh, goodness, that gnome.
Yes, I know. Huh. Lots of fun. Where's Ildir?
He's at the other library doing some more research, I believe.
How many bloody libraries does this fucking town have?
So we've
Uh,
got the official library that we use, and then we've got the
It was
abandoned
a
library.
rhetorical question. I didn't want an answer, Signet.
It was a rhetorical answer. You didn't have to listen.
all right. So the
Let's
group,
go get the other bookworm.
yeah, the group heads over to the Dusk Melody headquarters, which they would admit you because you're friends to them now. And you would find Yildir probably amassing a large pile of books as he's trying to start a research project. What do you want to do?
Hi, Aldir. I'm really sorry to do this. I know you're like really deep in research and stuff, but Clyde left town and went back to the library, so we need to go get him. Are you okay to come?
I just got here.
Yeah. Well, welcome to dealing with Clyde.
If he left alone, he should be fine. We don't need to go.
Take your books with you.
Here's the thing. You also apparently have to be gone in 2 days because Yuri then is attacking the Knoll camp, which our favorite Earth boy, Fisher, really wants to go to get his stuff back. And if I'm honest, Claw terrifies me with that axe, and she really wants to bury it in a Knoll's face.
I'll say Oliver is with you as well at this point. He says, and you know, heroes, we have to keep up appearances, help kill gnolls, and make the community safer, and get paid for it.
Yeah, I'm on board with going to see kill all the gnolls, but does Signet really need our help? Oh, not Signet. Sorry. Does Clyde really need our help?
I don't know. It's Clyde. He never asks for help. He just does what he wants and then lets whatever happens happens. So,
I want to read these books. I think whatever happens, happens.
okay. You want to come for the big push against the gnolls, or do you just want to carry on researching and sit it out?
No, I think what I'll do is I'll go with the caravan later tonight. I'll do a full day's research. I'll meet y'all later.
Okay. Cool. Meet us at Last Light, and
Yep.
we'll see you tomorrow then, hopefully.
Sounds good.
All right. So, do you know how to start a downtime project, Yildir?
Yes, I do. I already have one going, but I suppose I'll do another.
All right. So it would cost another 50 gold if you're going to do a new one.
That's fine.
All right. So you spend the 50 gold. And
Is there any way I can use my mother's name, who's worked with them, to get it discounted?
I mean, this is kind of a discount. This
Okay.
is, yeah. I mean, most people wouldn't even be able to use the library. Like, you have to know people to be able to do it. But you could call
That's
this researching. Yeah, there you go, leyline research. And I will say you put 8 hours towards that. And I guess, are the rest of you going to leave town, or do you want to do research stuff as
I
well?
was gonna say,
Or
do we
downtime?
want to? Do you guys want to hang out here for the day and go travel with Ildir up to Last Light and let Clyde be Clyde?
Well, we can't let you travel alone. It's dangerous.
I mean, he does have a exploding crossbow, Oliver says.
This is true.
But I do worry. I mean, I feel like it was a dangerous move for him to go back there alone. We know there are gnolls in those tunnels.
Part of me is like, he chose to do it. It's his own stubborn fault. Alright, fine. We will spend the day here and then go up there, and then if we have to go save him, we go save him. He can hold out for a day. He's grumpy enough.
Yeah, I mean, he has a light spell. He can stave off the darkness of the tunnels. I don't think he's going to go crazy or anything.
No, he doesn't.
Can't go crazy. He's already crazy.
Wait, can't
bring that book up.
can't artificers make those little light rocks?
Oh, I can make the light rocks, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. You just some light source so you're not in the dark, because that's when the madness starts taking you.
I'll bring my last race books just in case.
Cool. So, who wants to do what for the rest of the day then?
Yeah, do you guys want to spend the day here and do like a downtime project? Should I just pass the day? What are your thoughts?
What are our possible downtime projects? I mean,
So,
is there anything that everyone else is working towards that I can assist with?
yeah, there's a few different things you can do. I mean, I use the what's it called? The Xanathar's rules that they have. Let me see if I have that here.
Oh, I had a question. In the session that I missed, was there any downtime in that one? I know that's a long time ago. It's like 3 weeks ago, but
I don't believe so.
I don't think so.
got it.
So there's quite a bit of downtime activities you could do. Usually it's to gain resources for the next adventure. Like you can research stuff. You can try to gamble to make money. You can craft. Like there's a whole bunch of different things you can do. Downtime projects usually have a cost and like require certain things. Like to make magical items, you need a magic lab. Potions require like alchemy tools or an alchemy lab. Gambling, obviously, you need some place where people are gambling. There's like fighting pits. For someone like a paladin, there's like religious projects you could do. I mean, there's a lot to these rules. I don't know if you want to come up with something right now, but you definitely, if you want to read through them, there's a lot of options. Or you can kind of come up with something on your own, like just whatever your character might be doing.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely get involved with something. I'll take a look at this in between sessions, perhaps, and then I'll let you know what it was that I've been doing this time, if that's cool.
Yeah, so an easy thing you might want to do, there's carousing, which is trying to make contacts within the town. It takes 5 days, and I think you do a persuasion attempt, and you can make some contacts, which can help you do like find out information, or they can help give you aid if you're doing like projects within the town. And that's an easy one that uses charisma, but it does cost some money depending on how fancy you want to be.
Yeah, I mean, the other issue is that Fisher is extremely poor right now, so
That's
there's no
true.
way that he can try and
He's looking for work. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Sure, cool. Shall we go and go to the tavern and drink and make noise and really piss my dad off? And we'll carouse the three of us together.
That sounds
I mean,
good.
I do like pissing off authorities.
Great, you're going to love pissing off my dad. This is
Hell
good.
yeah.
Let's go.
all right. So what are the three of you doing at the Devil site?
We're carousing,
Are you all doing your own project, or are you working together?
working together.
Okay.
That's right.
Obviously.
So what level of carousing are you doing? Are you spending?
I can't do anything under comfortable. But that's not me paying.
Uh,
I think it's that because I can't have a lifestyle under comfortable.
oh no. Well, carousing is like basically kind of like throwing parties and trying to like talk to influential people. So the highest you can go, I think, is 250 for the week, 250 gold. But you can try to like carouse with lower class people for 10, or I think 50 for middle class.
Yeah, we'll do lower class for the minute.
Okay, so you're having some parties with some poor people.
Yeah.
All right, so spend the 10 gold, and I'll put and make a project, and you can put 3 days progress towards it if you're all working together.
That 10 gold each.
No, just be 10 gold because it's all one project. But at the end, only one of you gets to make the roll, which is up to you three who wants to make that roll.
I mean, I've still got my inspiration. You say it's charisma.
You
+6.
you can't use inspiration for downtime projects. You can't use any roll affecting stuff unless it would have been active throughout the whole week.
But you would. I'd ask you if you wanted to roll anyway because you're better at it than the rest of us.
Yeah. Oh, like meta. Like you probably have the highest persuasion given paladin.
Yeah, and you don't have to say that in character. That's more of a meta thing. Whoever you want to make a
What
roll.
does meta mean?
What's your roll? What's your roll for this? But yeah, sure. So you three are kind of partying with some of the lower class people of the town. What about Signet? Are you doing any projects for today?
I thought we were carousing.
Oh, are you? I thought it was just the three of them. Fisher, Claw, and Keller. Are you working on that too?
I say you can come if you want. I just didn't know if you wanted to do research. I didn't want to like lump you in and you wanted to go do research.
No, I don't mind carousing.
All right, so
Okay.
you're drinking with the four of them.
Yeah.
All right, so you can put 4 days towards that. All right, so the time, I'll just pass the time. The day goes by 8 hours. We'll put you at about 7 p.m., which is about the time the caravan is leaving. It's kind of like an all-night caravan. So go ahead and put a day towards your projects. Spend your expenses for the day, depending on how you're living. And yeah, in the evening, the group is traveling with Yuri. So you would see a bunch of the soldiers and some mercenaries kind of getting ready towards the north of town. And I'm assuming you're going to meet up with them and travel. Is anyone staying behind, or are you all going?
I'm going.
Okay.
Definitely going.
Is Oliver coming or Oliver staying?
Oliver would say your dad actually wanted me for something, so I think I'm going to sit this one out. He's paying me pretty well.
Okay, just be careful. He's not too happy with you because of the me.
So it's actually softened up a bit. He's I don't know. He seems like he's less pissed off about that. Maybe giving me a second chance.
My stepfather doesn't do second chances.
He shrugs. He says,
Do
"Well,
me a favor. When I get back, will you tell me what he's been getting you to do?
says yeah, sure. I can check in on that. Let you know.
Be safe and careful.
Yeah, give Dosha my best. I think he's still over at Last Light.
Oh, I will.
All right.
This is the morning after partying.
Yeah.
No, this is the evening of partying. Like after you partied, you're going on the caravan. So yeah, in the evening you travel to Last Light, and probably pass another day as you rest once you get there. And now it is the 34th of winter.
How are the constructs looking?
So, hang on a sec.
Do we
So
roll for any?
go ahead. What?
Sorry, did I need to roll for carousing? That's all.
Not till the project finishes. So you need 5 days to finish the carousing project. So no rolls yet.
Cool.
But yeah, so you are back in Last Light. Yuri would tell you that she's gonna get her people ready and leave for the Knoll camp in the morning. So just make sure you stay in the area.
It's only a couple hours from Last Light, the library is, isn't it?
Yeah, so I think it's like a 4 or 5 hour journey. Clyde is not here, but people would tell you that he did come through here.
How long ago did Clyde come through?
Probably not too long ago.
Would have been close to a day ago. Right up the night before yesterday.
Yeah.
Night.
You probably, yeah, you slept for the evening. So yeah, maybe
I didn't sleep for the evening. I took a point of exhaustion for traveling.
oh. All right. Well, I need to make a roll to see if you're still alive with exhaustion. Hang on.
Okay.
Because yeah, if you're going in there with exhaustion, then all right. So yeah, I'll say that they saw Clyde a day ago. He passed through here, but he's not back yet.
Okay. Great. Right.
So
I'm gonna go talk to
maybe
Dosha and try and keep
maybe
myself
he's
calm.
so actually, did you I guess no, I guess Clyde wouldn't have spoken to anyone in town like Dosha or yeah, he probably just would have gone through, right?
Unless there was any reason to moan at someone, I would have just gone straight through.
Okay. So yeah, you find Dosha. And actually, why don't we do a break here? Because we're a little bit past the halfway point.
Okay.
So why don't we do a 10-minute break, and then we'll come back and keep going.
Okay. Great idea.
Sweet. See you in a sec.
All right, I am back.
I'm not back, but I'm needed.
Same. I'm neither back.
Neither back.
Also, since we've got a bit of downtime, Raven, I'm not gonna make next session
Mm-hmm.
because I had like plans for a long time.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright.
But if we do so if we ever do downtime in sessions that you miss, you can put that towards projects.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, did you get my DM I sent a few days ago?
Me?
Yeah.
What DM did you send?
I just said that Friday was as soon as I could pay.
Yeah, no, I got that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
I try and drop it in chat if we do downtime that people miss.
Yeah, I should.
Keep an eye on the group chat.
I've been trying to think of a good system for just putting downtime somewhere that people can see it. Like maybe I'll put it in Discord or something.
We could.
Yeah, we can chuck it in the spreadsheet if we need to put it in the spreadsheet. But I've been posting in chat like the number of days people have if they miss a session.
Yeah, because I do want that to be a resource that you have even if you're not necessarily here, because you are in the background doing things.
I'm back. By the way, guys.
Okay. Clyde, you threw a wrench in my plans by separating.
Clyde, of course it did.
Have you not learnt my motto yet?
Throw as many wrenches at me as possible.
No, always split the party.
Always split the party. Always split them up. That's all right. I think
Chaos Rain!
I think I have some ideas with those rolls I made.
That's terrifying.
Ominous.
Ominous.
How many sessions have you guys played together?
Well, we do have another campaign going on Tuesday. This one is on session 18.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember what session we're on Tuesday. I want to say it's like 30 or 40.
It's
3 of us are relatively
yeah.
new, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This party's pretty fresh, but for the Tuesday game, it's officially a year on
Oh.
Wednesday.
well, there we go. So 50 something sessions. However many weeks are in a year.
52.
52, excluding ones that we've missed, it's probably like 45.
Yeah. So yeah, we've been playing a little bit.
Yeah. Established.
They're still working on the Knolls too.
No, they're in a different world.
Okay.
You guys just finished up a story arc where they were fighting against like a human mafia organization.
That's cool.
They are, they're on the surface. They're about 700 years in the future from where you guys are after the cataclysms. Is everyone back?
I'm back.
I'm back.
Go ahead and type back in chat if you are here.
I see it.
I'm still smoking, so not actually back, but I'm not needed.
Yeah, that's okay. We can go with people who are here right now. All right, so it looks like everyone is back. So yeah, you said you were speaking to Dosha.
Yes.
All
I'm
right,
going to
so
go speak to Dosha while I'm waiting for Clyde to get back because
yeah, he does happen to be in town, although he's often out doing scouting runs and helping the hunters. He would be overjoyed to see you. He says, my friends, I am so glad you're all alive and safe. And he would come and give those of you who he knows a handshake. And
Dosha.
several of you would notice that this is a knoll. The others he would not recognize. He would introduce himself. Go ahead.
Friend of yours?
Yes, no. Okay, fine. Dosha is a Gnoll, but he comes from a tribe of Gnolls who have been attacked by the Gnolls who've been attacking you.
He says, I am Shroom Shield, and he gives you a salute. He says, we are friendly to Candle. We trade with them, and your friends here have helped my people quite a bit. I am friends to you if you are allies to them. It is good to meet you. You would see he is pretty tall and lanky, probably about 6'2". Looks like he's got some muscle on him, but more dexterous. On his back are two large spears, along with a shield and a bow. And he's got several scars across the side of his face. Looks like he's seen some action in his life.
Does he have a tail?
I believe he does. Don't gnolls have tails? Actually, I don't know. I think gnolls have like those short tails, right?
Yeah. Do hyenas have tails?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he'd have like a short hyena-like tail. Yeah.
Standing on his toes. As well.
He's got clawed feet. Yeah. So he's very hairy. And yeah, I think gnolls do have proper tails, like actual dog tails. But yeah, and he would also have, I think, studded leather armor on. So he says, I was wondering if I would see you, Keller. I know Clyde came through here yesterday.
Yeah, he did. Do me a favor. Whilst you're out on patrol, can you just keep an eye out for him? Or any tracks of him at all?
He says, of course. Is he in danger?
No, he's just being Clyde.
Oh, Well, if you wish, I can look for tracks and try to figure out where he went. I know he came through here about a day ago, so his tracks are probably still fairly fresh.
I mean, you can get to the library and get back in time before Yuri's moves out, right?
Yeah, she said she was moving out tomorrow morning, so you have the day if you want to go to the library and look for Clyde.
The whole trek should have taken Clyde 24 hours to get back to Candle.
Yeah, so you might be a little concerned that he's not back yet.
No, not 24 hours, because he would have had to rest at some point. Which would probably be on the return to Last Light, so...
Do you
So
all want to go and look for him? I don't want to make the decision for everyone. Does everybody else want to go look for Clyde, or do you want to do stuff here in Last Light?
Let's go and look for Clyde. Of
How
my
far
boy,
away is
anyway.
the library from here?
it's like 4. I think with your maps, it'd probably be about 4 hours, so pretty close.
4 hours. How long till the siege?
We get ready. We move out tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning. So it's the morning of the 34th. It's about 10 a.m. right now. So you have the day today to do stuff, and then tomorrow you're gonna go help Yuri with the siege.
Sure, let's go find him.
Okay.
All right. So
Go
you
Does
find
anyone
out.
know what Clyde is doing? Why has he run off? This
Oh,
friend
something
of
to do
yours?
with the library, but I don't know what.
I heard something about him having an exploding crossbow.
Yes, it's
Maybe-
just his weapon.
Maybe something to do with constructs. He was obsessed with those.
Maybe we don't.
Well,
I don't know.
He sounds useful. Let's find him.
all right. So you
Before we leave, could I just thought of something. Could I tell the commander of the army, I think that was
Yuri.
Yuri, right? Could I mention her the way we managed to get really close to the I just want to tell her about the time that we got
The
attacked and we followed them back to an abandoned camp.
the path you took through the caves.
Exactly. Yeah, I just wanted to mention that to her.
So she would say, "Oh, did you find a different way to approach their caves? Yes, that could come in handy if you have a few hours later. I would like to show you some maps."
Okay. We'll
So,
be back.
all right. So you plan to do that later, and then the group heads out. Now, were you bringing Dosha with you on this, or are
Yes.
you okay?
I was thinking Dosha.
So he is happy to help. You would head to the library. No issues on the road. However, when you get there, Dosha would find some concerning tracks. He says, it looks like your friend may have been attacked by someone. And he kind of shows you some signs of passage. He says, they
Okay.
came upon him at the entrance to the library. He may have been ambushed here.
Are there scorch marks and stuff?
He nods. He says, it looks like he may have put up a little bit of a fight, but I think they may have taken him prisoner. He may have been overwhelmed.
You
Oh god.
Where do the tracks lead?
Into the library, he says, concerned. They may have him
Alright.
inside still.
Knowing that, knowing that, like, he'll moan so much, I'll send him back.
They'll just release him.
Or they'll kill him.
More likely, they would kill him and eat him, Dosha says. I hope your friend is all right, but we shouldn't delay.
Alright. Let's go kill these offense Dosha fucking hyenas.
Dosha says, a little bit of offense taken. But I understand your feelings. Alright, so you're heading into the library. Just give me one moment. I want to make sure I didn't leave your tokens inside here.
See what we're walking into and just go, no, fuck that, Clyde can die.
We might.
Goodbye, little gnome. You won't be missed.
It will be missed. He makes all our stuff.
It's true, he does make all
I'll
the
fucking
stuff.
tell him.
He has the stuff. He makes the stuff. All right. So you should see yourselves appearing at the entrance
I do not
momentarily.
see anything. Okay.
Dear Signet and Keller. And Clyde may have actually found himself elsewhere.
I'd like to cast the light cantrip.
All right, cast light on yourself. Mark yourself at the light icon, and I'll give you a torch light as the area lights up as you go down the stairs, casting light.
Be careful, folks. The nose may have reactivated or set new trap.
There, maybe.
All right,
Yeah, I was
so
gonna say, do you want me to go first and see what I can see ahead of you all?
So really
No.
quick, because Fisher hasn't been here before. So these look like some really old halls. You don't know much about architecture or arcana or history, so you probably wouldn't know much about their construction. But yeah, lots of dust and partially caved in walls kind of cake this place. Doesn't look super stable.
I think Fisher's just going to ask the party, have you guys seen action here before then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What sort of beasties are we talking?
Constructs,
Constructs,
no.
nothing.
Constructs. Interesting.
Although I think we defeated most of them, or the majority of them.
Yeah, those tracks didn't look like constructs, so probably nulls.
Okay. Do we want me to go ahead and see what I can scout out?
Dosha would say, if you had encountered them here before, perhaps they sent back more forces to loot this place.
Yeah.
There might be many of them here now.
I'm severely concerned about the crystal now. I'd
Alright.
like to rush for it.
You're just gonna run down the hallway?
Okay.
Oh, Rush, I could stealth because I can see in the dark perfectly.
I think the majority of us can. It's only Yodu that can't.
So just FYI, this is the mark for having a light on you.
Yeah, I'm kind of. I can't.
There
The
are,
roll is acting weird.
yeah, there are a lot of
Okay.
marks in there, so it's kind of hard to find them
I can't
sometimes.
even open up the list right now.
Oh, I wonder if you're lagging or something. Maybe try refreshing. But Keller, did you say you're gonna scout first, or are you guys just rushing?
I wanted to scout, but I think. Oh god.
I guess.
Worm wanted to rush ahead to the stone.
Are you gonna run down the hallway, Yildir?
Yes.
What is your passive perception?
10.
Right. So you run ahead. Keller would say, "Wait, I can scout." Right.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Wait, I can scout. I can see in the dark perfectly," and he's gone.
Signet could be in danger.
Yes, that's why you're running.
We have to save
stone.
Clyde.
Oh, sorry, Clyde. Yeah, my bad.
Signet's
No,
like, I'm
that
right
works.
here.
You're already going for the crystal, so it works that you said a wrong name.
Yeah. All right. So are you? So yeah, go ahead if you're gonna move after him or what the group's doing.
I think Fisher wants to cast a spell.
Yeah. Fisher's hanging back.
All
He's
right. So
getting
you
pretty
put
jealous.
Armor of Agathis on yourself. Sure. So you chant in the darkness, armoring up a little. Mirror image only lasts a minute, Yildir. So I don't know if you want to
Okay.
cast that now.
Probably not.
Yeah, it'll be gone pretty quick. But as you're running down the hall, oh, hang on. So you hear noises from down the hallway here. Some yells as you come running this way. Give me initiative rolls. Do you speak Knoll?
I do.
Oh, you probably wouldn't hear it from where you are.
I do not know.
Yeah, so you hear some noises over here. And loading of crossbows.
Oh, well.
Ruh-roh.
If only you'd let me scout.
Yeah.
All right. So as that's happening, the first one to act is going to be a knoll. So there are
Is there?
footsteps in the darkness. Unfortunately, you can't see over there.
Usually you have to select your token before you
Oh,
initiative. So you have to select your token, then click initiative.
Oh, did I forget to?
No, I think
Fisher.
Fisher,
bad.
because you're kind of new to this. So yeah, for tutorial, when you roll initiative, your token has to be selected, or else it won't associate the roll with it. So go ahead and try again. Yeah, there you go. So let me reorder, and yeah, it is no worries. It's still the knoll first. So yeah, you would hear a laughter in the darkness and some yelling in a language you don't understand. Then some movement as a shot is fired, which unfortunately you can't see, so they'd have advantage. Dunk. 20, I assume, would hit you. Right?
Yeah, 20 definitely hits me.
All right, so an arrow comes out of the darkness, striking you for 8 points of damage as you are kind of winged. Luckily, it's not a direct hit, and your armor took most of it. That is it for the creature. Fisher, what are you going to do?
I can't see anything, can I?
Can you not see? You should have sight. Let me double check. It always does this. It doesn't save the friggin' sight things for some reason. No, you should have dark vision. You can't see anything?
I don't see any null tokens.
Oh no, well you wouldn't see the gnolls yet. You would just see your buddy here suddenly get hit by an arrow down the hallway.
The gnolls are over here.
But
where-
yeah,
where
you
the-
would hear noises from up ahead in this area.
Cool. Okay, well, I'm going to use my movement
Okay,
to rush up.
so you're like, wait, come back, Yildir, as you rush down the hallway. If you move through allies, those are difficult terrain, so that costs twice the movement.
See, okay.
So you could do that, kind of diagonal past them. If you pick up your token and press Q, it'll measure as you move.
Token, press Q.
Yeah, so like click on your, yeah, there you go. So you go down the hallway a bit towards Yildir, who just got shot by an arrow. So that's your movement. I think you could have got to there. Now you do still have your action and bonus action if you want to move again, or if you want to cast a spell, or whatever you want to do. Now, did you give yourself temporary hit points with Armor of Agathis?
Yeah, I should have 5.
Alright, so those would usually go in your red bubble, just FYI. So you see there's like a blue for your AC, green is your HP, and the red bubble is your temp HP.
Cool, yeah, I see the temp HP.
So I just added it for you. But you can dash now, you can dodge, you can cast a spell, any action you want to take.
I'm going to take a bonus action,
Okay.
if I may, to ask Delboy to attack.
He says, Master, I don't see any enemies. What am I attacking? Oh, so also, if you have an imp, actually, I should get you an imp. That's true. So this is your familiar, right?
Yes, yeah, that was my familiar activation.
All right. So I think he gets his own initiative.
Yeah.
So let me give you an imp. Familiar. And this is for Fisher. And okay. So you should. Let me just do some mod. So go ahead and if you look in the journal, you should see your infamiliar at the very top right now. Go ahead and open his sheet and click his token and click the initiative button.
This is a token there, right?
and that'll put his initiative on the board here. Because I don't think you need to use a bonus action to command him. You just have to speak to him and tell him what you want him to do.
Yeah, it's a bonus action to make him attack though.
Oh, I see. For the Pact of the Chain or whatever.
Yeah, there's a couple options he gets. One of them is he forgoes an attack and the imp immediately makes an attack when he takes the attack action.
Yeah.
Or he uses bonus action, and then on the imp's turn, it can use its action to attack. So it can move and do that, and then there's no restrictions on its action.
So you don't see any enemies right now, so I don't think you can have your imp attack anything. But your imp would go on 11. So yeah, you'd have to. I believe you'd have to at least know where the enemy is to tell your imp to attack. I guess you could tell him to run down the hallway and look for enemies to fight. But
If he tells him to attack, then he can use his movement on his turn to move towards the enemies, and then if he gets in range, he could attack, sort of thing.
yeah,
Or he could just take the dash action. So
yeah.
if he takes the bonus action turn to attack and he can't, then he just does whatever he does.
Yeah, so at this point, you might want to dash up just so you kind of get in front of Yildir so he doesn't get shot more. Or you could be more defensive and leave Yildir to his fate and just, like, dodge back here.
Am I right in thinking that I can ready an action after my movement?
Yes, so you can use an action to ready an action.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. I'll ready an action so that when I see a null or an enemy, I can get off the shot.
Alright, are you readying your Eldritch Blast?
You read my mind.
Alright, so if you ready a spell, you do have to start concentrating on it. So I'll mark you as concentrating. So yeah, you kind of run down the hallway looking for a target, and that would be the end of your turn, I believe.
And I just want to get my stats right on the bonus action and using my attack. So if I'm commanding him to attack on my bonus action, is he going to do that on his initiative?
I believe so, yeah. Who's drawing squares?
I didn't. I thought I could delete them. Sorry.
That's fine. Alright, so you hear a roar as a gnoll yells something about flesh for Yinagu, which you would hear, Clyde, because he yelled that pretty loud. And he is going to dash very quickly down the hall, and I think you would see him now, Yildir. You would see his eyes are red, and his claws are covered in blood. Hopefully that's not Clyde's blood. That's it for him. Another gnoll is going to move and take a shot at Yildir. Bonk. Which will fly past you. Keller.
Okay.
What you gonna do, Keller?
I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna bonus action stealth. So I get to do it at advantage because of my elven boots.
Alright, so you are hidden from them as far as you know.
Cool. I can't see anyone. Shit. Use that 5 to go there. See him. And psychic dagger.
Alright, so you see... Actually, let me give you some pictures. A demon-like gnoll, like I said, kind of beady red eyes, rushing at you with claws out. So you pop out, surprising him, and gain advantage on the shot. Alright, so maybe a little startled, your dagger would fly past him.
If the
missing.
dagger misses, he doesn't see me.
Link that? I haven't heard of that one.
The skulker.
Skulker.
Yeah.
Okay, you got the feet. Alright, so yeah, the dagger comes flying out and he seems confused.
Cool. That's me.
Okay. Clyde. So you're bound pretty thoroughly.
I'm assuming I'm bound and gagged.
Yeah. They would have known you were casting magic, so.
I wouldn't have really put up too much of a fight if they'd have like ambushed me,
Mhm.
because like trying to put up a fight is using resources that I would probably want to save.
All right, so let's say they probably beat you up a bit. Maybe you're at about half health, but maybe you have all your resources if you weren't gonna put up a fight.
Okay, so I'm assuming I'm
Maybe just bound.
yeah. So can I attempt like a sleight of hand to get out of my hand bindings as an action?
Yeah, give me yeah, you can use sleight of hand. That's fine. Now that they're distracted. Yeah. So you're struggling, but yeah, you're unable to get out at least this turn. Do you want to do anything else?
There is I'm bound and gagged, so movement 0. Don't have any bonus actions for it. I'm good.
All right. The Havoc Runner next to you looks at you and says something in Nolish, licking one of his daggers. Wait, does he have daggers? What does he have? Or short swords, I think. Oh, he has a battle axe. He's probably not going to lick that. He just looks at you threateningly, says something, and rushes this way. And he is going to use... Lightning Lope to rush even quicker. Coming down the hall next to his buddy, the Fang. That's it for him. Hunter goes. He moves over to here, and he is going to fire at Yildir. But nope, completely misses. And second shot will miss as well, I believe. 11? Yeah. Bad rolls, luckily. That's it for him. You would hear some movement. You're not sure if someone else is moving in the room. And Imp. What's your Imp doing?
So Imp is going to rush to the nearest sound it heard, which will be up here.
So he's flying, so you can fly over everyone. You don't have to worry about moving through your allies. Or wait, do imps fly, or am I thinking of something else?
No, imps do fly. They've got 40-foot flight speed, I believe.
Yeah, 40-foot flight speed. They also have 120 range of dark vision.
Yeah, which should be set on him.
Dark vision.
So this is the fly icon, just FYI. But yeah, you can move up to 40 feet. So you went 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet to get there, and that's what he'd see.
Cool. Can I get to the knoll?
With 45, you would have to dash. So I don't know if you want to dash in there.
His options for actions is he can dodge, so any attack on him has disadvantage. He can hold his attack that you commanded him to do, so if they get closer, he can sting them. Or he can dash and get closer to them. I believe those are his 3 options at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would probably want to either ready an action or dodge. He wouldn't want to just fly into their group because he'd probably just get murdered.
Yeah, he also can turn invisible.
Oh, that's true. If you want to turn invisible.
Yeah. So I think he's going to go ahead and do that.
Alright, so he kind of fades away as he flutters around the corner there. This is the invisibility mark. Where is it? This one. And I believe he has to concentrate on that spell, so we need this mark as well.
That's right, yeah. I just want to sort of tuck him out of the way as well. He's not trying to form a human shield, so... I mean, he's flying anyway, isn't he?
Yeah. And just because he's invisible, they can still hear him. So they can still attack him just at disadvantage. Just FYI, unless he stealths. Anything else for him?
Can he stealth as a bonus action?
I don't think so. I think that's an action.
No. It is an action.
Yeah, unless he has an ability.
No, that's him then. That's his turn.
All right, Gara, something's going on. What are you gonna do?
Okay. So, wait, you said I can press Q to show measurement? Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so if you press Q while you're holding your token, it'll start a ruler, and then you can press Q
Okay.
again to make waypoints.
So I can get to there.
All right, so you go dashing down the hall, running past everyone.
Well, that's just normal movement.
Yeah.
Because barbs get an extra 10.
Yeah. Sorry, dashing as a descriptor.
Ah, yeah. Can't really see what's past the corner. Fuck.
Technically you would, so you can move here, and this is what you'd see. You're not actually there, but that's what you'd see. So if you're ever at a corner, my newer maps let you do this, but older maps you can inch around just to get a look.
Okay, so I'm just gonna move up there to see. So there's those two, and then could I see those ones, or are those like invisible? Because their tokens are like slightly see-through.
That would mean they're at the edge of your dark vision, so you do still see them.
Got it. Okay. So I was here. So then, I'm trying to think, because I could dash. Nah, I'm just gonna wait.
All right.
Actually, no. Nah, I'll wait.
You gonna dodge or anything?
Fuck it, dodge. Yeah.
All right. So you take the dodge action as your action, which is this
Is there an
one.
icon for that?
There is. It's this one.
Okay.
Signet.
I will move up here.
Yeah.
And I will cast Bless.
All right. So you chant summoning divine energies, which embrace your group. How many are you blessing? 3?
1, 2. I'm gonna cast a second level to bless 4.
Sure. Go ahead and link the spell and spend the slot. So you just blessing everyone?
1, 2, 3, and 4.
Everyone that's not you?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll put, this is the bless icon, just FYI. Go ahead and mark yourself as concentrating and put the, yeah, mark yourself as concentrating. Oh wait, it did it for me. All right, anything else, Signet?
And no, that's my full action and all that.
All right, Ildir.
All right. So I would like to cast Fireball.
Of course you would.
Yeah, right here. Right at the edge of my field of view.
All right,
Which
so
should catch them with it.
go ahead and pull out the 20-foot radius and place it as you begin summoning fire energies close to you, hurling the fireball down the hole.
Is that what you mean?
No, in the journal there's resources, and under the resources there are spell effects. Like game resources, spell effects, and there's a 20-foot radius. You just place that where you want to center your fireball. It will matter because there might be enemies in the room as well. That's a 20-foot. That's a 20-foot cube. You want the radius.
20-foot radius.
Starting from the
right
bottom.
here. So it still hits them, right?
So you're putting it
There
there?
you go. Yeah, exactly.
All right. There's a large explosion of fire. And I need to make some deck saves. Go ahead and give me a damage roll for that. One of them would yell, "Caster!" as there's a big explosion of flame. "Kill him!" Ah! And they try to dodge it. First guy would fail horribly. taking 27. Second one, the demon one. Really, how does he feel about fire?
Is it fire damage?
It is fire damage, yeah.
It has to be. I don't have another spell in that slot yet that I can.
He doesn't. He still doesn't like fire damage. He fails as well, taking 27. The knoll in the back here would fail and be overwhelmed by the flame, falling down, dying. This one as well. Dex save. He would fail as well, falling over, dying. In the room, some enemies you didn't see. Jeez, I think.
Damn.
They all failed it. And this one falls over, dying as well. That is it for Yildir, right?
Oh, for that, I'm just gonna move real quick out of LOS.
The fire subsides. All right, end of the round. New round, there's going to be Noel. So this one's bleeding out. Fisher.
Whoops, sorry. Stuck on mute there. Yeah, just move forward. Pop off an Eldritch Blast. So, do you hold Q or?
No, you just press it. So you pick up your token and press Q while you're picking it up, and then it'll measure as you move.
Sweet. Here.
Yeah. So you don't want to hold it because then it'll set like 50 waypoints.
Yeah.
It's very slowly moving down the hall. But yeah, so you move up to there, and you're going to Eldritch Blast.
That is right. Is there a shortcut to get your character sheet up?
If you hold Shift and double click your token, it'll bring up your. All right, I'm gonna. No, it's not gonna let me.
It's an attack roll.
All right, so which one are you blasting?
Which one? The one with the green outline. What's the green outline?
That means he goes next.
Yeah, I'm gonna go shoot him.
Blast him. All right, so you chant 23 would strike him as he's rushing down the hall. A bolt of Eldritch energy strikes. Now, if you click on Eldritch Blast in chat, the text will roll damage.
Oh, that's handy.
9. All right,
9
so
force.
you blast him for 9 force damage.
And to double check, because I know you're new to roll 20, did you take the agonizing blast invocation?
Didn't. It's
Yeah,
on
so
my
just be the
to-do list.
9. All right, so yeah, he's blasted, and that would actually wound him with all the fire damage. Anything else?
He gets to hit again because we're level 5.
Oh yeah, that's true. So you do get a second blast. So go ahead and roll another attack
yeah,
roll.
Yeah, Eldritch Blast at level 5 gets 2, and then I think next one's like level 11 or some shit.
Yeah.
Where it gets 3.
That's awesome. Just shoot back.
Yeah, 25 would strike him again. Blasting him for 7 force damage. And he just rages as there's blood coming out of his mouth and several wounds. That's it for you.
Yeah, let me just check for bonus action. I don't think I have any bonus. Well, no, it's a cantrip, so I could technically pass another.
Yeah, if you've got a bonus action spell, you can cast that. We can also tell you familiar to attack. That's always a useful default if you don't want to waste resources.
Oh yeah. Great shout. Yeah. Telling the familiar to attack, he can't move on that.
Yes, he can. He gets he gets his turn as normal, so he can move and take his action in any order he wants.
So wait, what ability are you using for the familiar? Can you link it?
Yep.
I believe it's one of the invocations.
Which is
It's
uh,
Pact Bone.
Investment of the chain, I think.
yeah. So click on the word bubble on it, and it'll put it in the chat log. Okay.
Bonus action, you can command the familiar to take the attack action.
So it's not next to anyone right now. Is it able to move as part of that? I don't see that.
So that's not in the thing. It's like Crawford rulings and stuff. Sorry, I played Hexblades, Back to the Chains a lot, so if you want me to sort of explain it to you, I can.
Well, let me look into that later. But for now, we'll say he does have to be next to him, and if like I can look for that with the Crawford's rulings. But so yeah, you might have to wait until he's engaged at this point if it doesn't say that. But yeah, all right. So is that it for you then?
I do have a hex.
All right. So you're gonna hex. Go ahead and link that.
Can't use my buttons here.
So you chant casting, or is this a spell or is this an ability?
This is the spell hex.
All right, so yeah, if you click on the spell, it should minus the spell slot and give the description. Or just do that for whatever reason. All right, so who are you hexing?
The null I just hit.
All right. Usually you want to do that before you shoot him because you would have got extra damage. But go ahead and mark yourself as concentrating on your hex. I assume that's it for you.
Yep.
Yeah. So the concentration icon is the one that your imp has. So just if you click on your token, there should be like a lens button. If you click that, that brings up all the different markings. So this gnoll is going to rush down the hallway. He did not like you shooting him. He ignores the sounds of the imp, rushing to here, and he would now see everyone. I think so he can't get to Yildir. Luckily, Yildir backed off. I think he's going to attack you. So he turns towards you and slashes, using his multi-attack. 12 misses as you block his first claw. Oh, but 19, I believe, is going to hit you.
It will.
Alright, so he connects with one of his claw strikes, doing 6. 5 of which I think your Armor of Agathis takes. And doesn't that do something to him?
Yeah, he takes 5 points of cold damage.
Alright, so he takes 5 cold as your armor reacts, hitting him. And you take 1 point of damage. And then he's going to try to savagely bite you. Arr, which luckily you would block. So take your 1 point of damage. You know how to do that, right?
Yep.
Okay. That's it for him. The gnoll is dead. Keller. Or he's bleeding out. So he does see you. He's standing right next to you.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Psychic Blade, the guy in front of me.
And actually, he's going to yell in Gnollish, summon the dogs. So he speaks.
D4 for less.
So 17 would strike him, and your allies are distracting him, so that would be sneak attack.
Yeah.
Alright, 19 damage. He is badly wounded from that attack, but still up.
Okay, bonus action, disengage, and I'm going to move 10, 15, 20.
What's your passive perception?
My passive is 14.
Okay. You think you would hear noise coming from the north.
Oh shit.
Anything else?
I'm ducking in there. That's my action. That's my movement. There we are.
Alright, Clyde, trying to slip free.
And of course. Yep.
Alright,
Me.
so 16. Now, did you say you slept or you didn't sleep?
No, that's at disadvantage in sleep.
Okay,
For 6.
so you're struggling. Damn it. Alright, the knoll here is going to run up to here. He is going to try to use a bonus action to get past you. Let me check something. Yeah, he's probably going to use strength. So, Fisher, give me an athletics check. I assume you're going to try to stop him from getting past you.
Definitely.
So he tries to overrun you. Oh, he does. 19 would beat your 11. So he moves here and then here, getting to a flank on you. And he is going to attack you. So battle axe 13.
Take, does he not take an opportunity attack if I move in my threat area?
He's still in your threat area. So he only takes one if he leaves your threatened area. He would provoke one from your imp if you want you give your imp away. Because your imp is invisible.
Yeah, double is definitely going to try and attack.
Alright, so he would appear attacking with advantage. Using his reaction. No longer invisible. More concentrating. Go ahead and make an attack. Which should be on the sheet. You open up the imp sheet, it should have his attack.
Yeah, you just click the sting button.
It's just sting, right? Cool.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, 11 is going to miss.
Invisible?
22. Yeah, you're right. Advantage would hit. So roll, click the attack on the, or click sting in the chat, and I'll roll the damage.
Also, what's your spell save DC? Because you've got investment of the chain, so it uses your spell DC, not 11.
I'm right there with you, my man. That's 14.
Alright, so he has to make a con save, and you can change that on his sheet. You can edit the imp sheet. But let me make a con save. DC 14. Oh, it would fail, so he takes 17. Ow. And that would badly wound him. Still, he is going to attack you. So first attack missed. Second attack 19, I assume would hit you.
Yes.
Alright, so 10 slashing. And is there a bite on this? Yeah, 1 bite. So his third attack, he tries to bite. 13 would miss you. That's it for him. The Gnoll Hunter back here is going to move forward. 15, 25, steps over his dead friend. He is going to see your imp and fire at it.
Oh, sorry, Armor of Agathis, is that just one attack?
Yeah, it would be... Well, it would be... Yeah, which he had 5, so that would be gone because he took 6. So yeah, that was just for that one.
But does it still do 5 damage whenever I get hit?
Only when you have the temp HP from the spell.
Yeah, exactly. So once he took that away, that would end it. So 19, I assume, is going to hit your imp. Right?
Yes.
Alright, so the imp is shot for 8 on the first attack. Second shot.
That is reduced to 4 because of imp's resistances.
Oh, for
Yeah,
For
it's
what?
resistant against piercing damage
oh, okay.
from non-magical weapons.
Yeah, these aren't magical. Second shot, 18, I assume is going to hit again.
Yep.
For another 2. So he took 6 damage from those 2 hits, and his speed is reduced by 10. That's it for the hunter.
How do I edit his HP?
If you click on his token, click in the green bubble, and then just type -8. And it'll do the math for you.
He's
Or sorry,
on
-6.
4 hit points.
Yeah, he should be at 4.
Yeah.
You can edit the token to edit the NPC hit points. That's it for the hunter. The other hunter is bleeding out. The imp goes. What do you want the imp to do?
He's gonna move to attack the knoll that just hit me.
All right, so he flies, I guess, up here, right?
Yep. There's a wall there. Can he attack from this corner here, or is he out of range?
Yeah, you can attack from the corner. That's fine. So he lunges, stabbing with his little stinger. Yeah, 18 is going to strike. Nasty little bugger. Doing, let's see, con save. So he stings him. Oh, I think he made it that time, 15. So he takes half poison, so 4 and 4, so he takes 8. And he is barely standing, but still up. Anything else for your imp?
I think he can go invisible again.
No, that would be an action to cast it.
Yeah, that's it for him.
All right. So to the north, you would hear a noise as a very large dog creature comes charging down the hallway. It seems to have a stinger tail. Does not look like a normal dog, as it's also like a dire wolf size. So that is that. Gara, it's your turn. So you would hear and probably maybe see it up in this area.
I can't see it yet.
You'd hear it then.
I believe I have 60 feet of dark vision, so I should be able to see it.
It might be more than
Right.
60 feet away, or it might be just at the edge.
That's possible.
But
So,
you definitely hear it coming, if nothing else.
I mean, yeah. Given how I hear it, I'm going to bonus action shift. So that's 10 feet. Where's the button? That one.
Alright, so you snarl as your hair grows longer. And actually, I don't think Fisher has seen this, so what would this look like to him?
Yeah, so you'd notice, like, her arms just grow larger, her, like, animalistic features of her face, like, enhance more. It's pretty simple, but yeah, so what's the fucking temp HP again?
It's the red bubble.
Level plus con level.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it'd be 5 plus 3, so 8 temp HP.
Yeah.
So then I'm going to reckless attack that one.
All right, so you have flank as well, so +2 and advantage.
Oh yeah, correct. So also great weapon master. So Yeah.
So
or 16.
16. Wait, is it 16? Yeah, I guess +4. 16 will strike, or 18 with flank.
Cool. For 15 damage.
Oof. He is barely standing, but he's still up, bleeding profusely. Ah.
Okay, well then, I guess extra attack, gonna swing again for 23
Yeah, that will
and
cut him
17 damage.
as he is brought down, bleeding out on the ground.
Then I'm going to use my movement to. I'm gonna move there, there, then there.
All right, moving forward to meet this approaching enemy.
Yeah, I see it now.
And you're not raging, are you?
No, I just shifted.
Just
No
shifted.
rage yet.
All right, that's it for Gara. Signet.
I'm gonna head up here and up here and move myself. Do I see the creature in front of me?
I don't know. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can, yes.
Okay, so yeah, you'd see it coming down the hall, like rushing at you.
Is it in range? So I have. Let me see how far away it is. Not yet. So I'm gonna hold here and prepare a spell when it gets in range.
All right. What are you readying?
I'm readying the spell, enlarge and reduce
You gonna try to reduce it?
in size, yes.
If
Turn it
you
into a little puppy.
if you ready the spell, you'll lose concentration on bless, just as a warning. So you won't have blessed people anymore, because it does take concentration to ready magic.
Oh yes, that's right now.
And I believe enlarge reduce is also concentration.
Yes, exactly. Oh, that too as well. So yeah. So you still want to do that, or
No, I'll prepare command instead.
okay? Command spell.
I would drop there.
Yeah, if you're readying any
Yeah.
spell, you would lose con on bless.
Exactly. Yeah.
Command's actually 60 feet.
Yeah. So you could cast command now if you want.
I'll do it now and just say, down.
All right, down boy. So you cast command. So one issue. Does this thing speak common? Because it does have to speak your language.
Nick speaks no.
Well, what language are you doing the command in?
No, I was assuming that it was being trained by the nose.
All right.
So
So yes, it does indeed speak Knoll, luckily. So it has to make a wisdom save. Let's see. Wisdom. Oh, it would fail. So what did you tell it to do?
Down.
Down. All right. So for its turn, it will have to follow your command. Anything else?
Nice. Can I go further up?
If you have movement, sure.
You will also
Yeah.
provoke AOP from the one here.
That's true. Yeah.
Nice.
There's one threatening you.
I'll risk it. I've got 2 more to go up.
All right. So this one will indeed swing his axe at you as a reaction.
Yeah.
Battle axe. Oh yeah, 20 is gonna hit you. Doing 4 slashing, and I need a concentration check, please, as you are concentrating on bless.
Wait. Hickory 4. And D20 for the Constitution, was it?
It's just a con save.
Oh, come on, see.
Yep, so you do hold your spell, and that would be it for you. New round, but we are at the end of the time. So why don't we do MVP votes, and we'll continue next time. As we try to...
One quick question.
Yeah.
I think I got hit, but I was concentrating on Hex. I think
Ah.
I need to make a concentration check.
Yeah, so you want to mark yourself with this one if you're concentrating, and then it'll even give you a reminder. But yeah, go ahead, make a con save.
I'm just trying to find that icon.
Oh yeah, no worries. It takes a while to get used to it. But yeah, there are a lot of icons. So just a con... Oh no! So you would have lost Hex. Unfortunate. Although, yeah.
I didn't use it right anyway, so I'm getting my hexes.
Yeah. So yeah, welcome to the group, Fisher. Hope you had fun. And just FYI, this is the command to whisper me a MVP vote. You can vote for anyone who's not you, who you think should be MVP for the session.
You can vote for Delroy right there.
You can't vote for your minion. I mean, I guess you could. It would just be a wasted vote because he can't have inspiration points.
Any votes for the minion just go to Fisher.
That's not how it works.
It should be how it works.
But yeah, it looks like Fisher with 3 votes. You are the MVP. Congrats.
Thanks a lot, guys.
So you would gain inspiration if you are not inspired, which I don't know if you used your inspiration. So unfortunately, I don't think you get anything for that, other than bragging rights.
I feel welcomed.
Well, good. And yeah, we'll pick this up next week. Good game, everyone.
I couldn't find the Crawford link to ping you, but I did find stupid Reddit comments, but that was my understanding of how it works, and that is how we actually used it for Sprig as well, when I was playing Sprig.
All right. I'll try to look into it, see if yeah, I mean, I think this is an older thing, so maybe they redid it or something, but yeah, I can look into it.
Yeah, I'm not saying we can talk about it now, but I'm just giving you the information I've got.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was trying to help out the new guys today. I know I've been trying to be less lawyery. So
Yeah,
I'll
no
try to
worries.
help.
I didn't think you were being too lawyery or anything.
Cool.
Well, I had fun.
Yeah, good job, everyone.
Go for these comes capture me. That's not fair.
Well, you.
I'm joking.
All right.
I'm joking. Like having me solo a combat would have been fucking stupid.
Yeah, I figured you probably would have either given up or just complained at them as they stabbed you. This is bullshit.
Like I reckon the gag is definitely tighter than the hand bind because.
Did you have any questions, Fisher?
No, I'll get some practice in on the Roll20 engine. Yeah, I'll read up on the